welcome you all. Now we are going to discuss the topic compound interest. I am Karthik Gupta. Okay, see here. Today we are going to discuss the concept compound interest. Okay, so bit difference when compared to simple interest. Simple interest already we have discussed and we have learned so many methods to solve the problems related to simple interest. So today we are going to start to solve the problems which are related to compound interest. So first you have to understand what do you mean by compound interest and what are the similarities between the simple interest and the compound interest. See, one thing you have to understand, the similarities between the simple interest and compound interest are the principal amount. Whatever we have defined in simple interest regarding the principal amount is same in the compound interest also. The time period, what is the impact of time period on the simple interest is same as the time period impact on the compound interest. Okay. Along with that, the rate of interest, the impact of rate of interest on simple interest will be same as in the compound interest. But there is a major difference between the compound interest and the simple interest, and there is a major difference in the methodology of what we are going to use to calculate the compound interest and the simple interest. Simple interest, you people have learned what it is. Okay, what do you mean by simple interest? So let us discuss the compound interest. What do you mean by compound interest? See, first year we are going to deposit some amount in a bank. That amount will be treated as the principal amount. Okay. So after 1 year we are going to get some interest. Okay. Second year also we are going to continue the deposit scheme in the bank. After second year we are going to get some interest. That interest amount is including the interest for the first year. For example, you are going to deposit rupees 100 in a bank. You are going to deposit rupees 100 in a bank under the scheme simple interest and compound interest. Let me show you the difference between the simple interest and compound interest here itself. The compound interest and the simple interest. You are going to deposit rupees 100 in a bank under the scheme compound interest and under the scheme simple interest. Okay, let us consider the rate of interest as 10% per annum. Okay, so first year the interest amount what we are going to get under compound interest is rupees 10% on 100, and under simple interest again we are going to get rupees 10. So the total amount after 1 year it will be 110 and it will be 110 under both the schemes. You have to analyze here, see here the interest amount what we got under the compound interest as well as simple interest for the first year is same. Okay, so the first year the interest amount what we are getting is same. See, this point is very important because while solving so many varieties of the problem, this point definitely helps you, this concept definitely it helps you because it reduces the complexity of the problem. Okay, so the first year interest under the compound interest and the first year interest under the simple interest is same. Okay, next, under the simple interest, if we want to calculate the interest for the second year, again we have to calculate the interest on this principal amount, that is 100. So we are going to get rupees 10. The interest amount will be same for every year under the simple interest. So 120 is the total amount what you are going to get after 2 years under the concept simple interest. Now under compound interest, how much interest we are going to get? Let us see. See here, 10% is the interest what we got. In the first year the interest amount is 10. In the second year we have to calculate the interest on this total amount instead of calculating on this 100. So no need to calculate on the principal amount for the second year, you have to calculate the interest amount on this total amount, that is 110. So 10% on 110, that is 11. So altogether you are going to get rupees 121 at the end of 2 years. So now you can notice the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest for the second year. Here we got 1 rupee more than the simple interest. Okay. So next, If you want to calculate the interest for third year also, under the simple interest, the interest amount what we are going to get is same. So that is 130. Okay, the interest amount is 10, which is same as the first year as well as the second year. But under the compound interest, we have to calculate the interest amount on this 121, that is the total amount which we got after 2 years. So 10% on 121, that is 12.1, that is 12.1. So altogether we are going to end up with 133.1. Okay, so after 3 years the amount what we are going to get is 133.1. Again you can notice the difference between the interest what we got at the end of 3 years. Under simple interest we got 10 rupees, under compound interest we got 12.1 rupees. So you can notice the difference. So 12.1 under the compound interest and 10 rupees under the simple interest. So as year increases, the interest amount what we are going to get is also increases in the compound interest scheme. Okay, so we can calculate this interest in a different methodology also. See here, 10 rupees is the interest what we got under the compound interest scheme. 10 rupees is the interest what we got in first year. Second year we are going to get rupees 10, along with that 10% interest on the previous year interest. 10 rupees is the interest what we are going to get on the second year, along with that 10% on rupees 10, that is previous year's interest. So 10% on 10, okay, so 10 plus 10% on 10, that is 1. So altogether we are going to get rupees 11. See, the second year interest is 11. Third year interest we are going to get rupees 11, along with that 10% is the rate of interest which we are going to calculate on rupees 11. So 11 plus 10% on 11, that is 1.1, altogether 12.1. Altogether 12.1. So the third year interest what we got is 12.1. So altogether we got 33.1 rupees as the interest after 3 years under compound interest scheme. So here you can easily bifurcate the difference between the simple interest and the compound interest. The interest amount what you are going to get under the simple interest scheme and the interest amount what you are going to get under the compound interest scheme. So it is feasible thing to deposit under compound interest scheme in the banks compared to the simple interest schemes. Okay, so now we have one formula to calculate the compound interest scheme, that is the traditional methodology what we follow. See, one thing you have to remember always while solving the problem, please don't go for traditional method. Okay, so we are going to teach you each and every method, but you can notice the difference between, or you can notice the advantage of the conceptual method compared to the traditional method. Okay, so let me tell you first the traditional methodology, then I am going to tell you other two different methodologies which we are going to use to calculate the compound interest. So till now whatever we have explained, that is the concept method. Conceptually we have explained each and everything. Okay, so the 133.1 rupees is the total amount what we got after 3 years. So compound interest is equal to total amount minus principal amount. Under simple interest also the formula is same, under the compound interest also the formula is same. So amount is 133.1 minus principal amount, that is 100. So at the end of 3 years the interest what you got is 33.1. So individually also we have calculated, we got 33.1. So 33.1 is the interest amount what we got after 3 years. Okay, so the formula what we are going to use to calculate the compound interest and the total amount is, so the formula what we are going to use to calculate the total amount is equal to principal amount into 1 plus rate of interest by 100 whole power n. So this is the formula what we are going to use to calculate the total amount. Okay, so the compound interest formula is very much similar to the total amount, only few changes are in the formula. So compound interest is equal to principal amount into 1 plus rate of interest whole divided by 100 whole power n minus principal amount. So let us solve a problem with the help of this formula. Consider you are going to deposit rupees 100 in a bank. So that is the principal amount. Principal amount is equal to rupees 100 and the rate of interest is equal to 10% and rate of interest is equal to 10% and you are going to invest for 2 years and you are going to invest for 2 years. If we use the formula to calculate, so the total amount after 2 years what we are going to get is amount is equal to principal amount into 1 plus r divided by 100 whole power n. So this is the formula what we are going to use. So which is equal to principal amount is rupees 100 into 1 plus r by 100, that is 10 by 100 whole power n. So that is 2 whole power n, that is 2. So which is equal to 100 into, see here, 10 ones are 10 tens are 100. Okay. So 1 plus 1 by 10 whole square. So again which is equal to 100 into 1 plus 1 by 10, 10 is the LCM. So 10 plus 1 whole power 2. So you can easily notice how much time you want to take while solving through the formula, okay, the traditional method. Please, I am suggesting you people not to use this traditional approach while calculating the problems during the time of your exam, okay. So 100 into 10 plus 1 by 10 whole square. So which is equal to 100 into 10 plus 1, that is 11 by 10 into 11 by 10, because whole square 2 times we have to multiply. 0 0 0 0, 11 into 11, 121 what we got. If you are going to come through concept, it is very simple. See here, 100 rupees 10% interest, 100 rupees 10% interest, 10 rupees is the interest what we got. So 110 is the total amount. Again you have to calculate the interest on this 110. Okay, so 10% on 110, that is 11. 121 is the interest, total amount what you got after 2 years. So see, this is the concept method. And before this method what we have solved, that is through formula method, that is the traditional method what we used, and you can easily notice the difference between the conceptual method and the traditional method. And you have one more method, the modified formula method. The modified formula method. Directly the interest amount you can calculate on the principal amount. See, in the compound interest, okay, stage by stage we are going to calculate the interest amount. You have one more method, that is the modified formula method. If you use that one, directly you can calculate the interest amount on the principal amount in a single shot. Directly you can calculate the interest. Okay, see here, the formula is A plus B plus AB whole divided by 100. So this is the formula what we are going to use, and A is the interest rate for the first year and B is the interest rate for the second year. Here the first year interest rate is also 10 and the second year interest rate is also 10. So value of A is also 10, value of B is also 10. Okay. So if I substitute these values according to the notations of A plus B plus AB by 100, see here, 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10, that is 100 by 100. So which is equal to 10 plus 10, that is 20 plus 100 by 100, that is 1. So altogether you are going to get 21% interest on the principal amount. See here, the principal amount what we got is rupees 100. So 21% on 100, 21% on 100, which is equal to 21. So 21 is the interest what we got, 100 rupees is the principal amount what we have taken. So altogether 121 is the total amount what we are going to get. See, this is the modified formula method. If you use this method also, you can save a lot of time. But in most of the cases, this formula doesn't help you. Along with that, in so many cases, the conceptual method also doesn't help you. But you can interchange these methods. Whenever the conceptual method doesn't help you, you can use this modified formula method. Whenever the modified formula method doesn't help you, you can use the conceptual method. But the traditional method, nowhere it helps you to save the time, and the level of complexity will be very high to calculate the problems. Okay.